Now, tell me if you've heard this. I'll try to get it to you on Friday, or Monday, or pick a day, fill in the blank. You know, you're not going to get it, whatever it is they told you they're going to try to get. It seems like I try has become a polite way of saying maybe. I'll get to it when I get to it, and don't hold your breath. Now, in the rodeo world, as a competitor, somebody comes up to you and says, you've got a lot to try. I'm not talking about the score you just got or the technique on what you do or how pretty your shaps are. It's one of the highest compliments they can give you because they're talking about your heart. Hi again, everybody. I'm Shar, and welcome to my second video. Now, I kind of lived and spent over half my life in two worlds. That's the rodeo arena and the maintenance bay. And there, try is not an excuse. And it's not escape hatch. It's not your safety. Try is something, it either you make you ride or it's a wreck. So, today I want to talk about try. I've got a lot of notes and things and points I want to say to you. So we're not driving today. We're actually pulled over. I'm pulled over right now to a place. It's called Camp Hale on the Continental Divide National Monument. And look up the history on it. That's not going to be my focal point on what I want to talk to you about. But I chose this place just because this is a place that had a lot of try. And I want to show you the sign. If you can forgive my there it is, Camp Hale. If you can forgive the crack in my windshield, but a little sidetrack on that. I thought this was a good place to stop to have this conversation with you. And just like in my first video, it's not going to be perfect. I'm going to stumble. I'm going to babble and try to stay on topic. But what I want to talk about today is try, and I feel like it's one of the misunderstood words in leadership and management and growth, and just overall. I have a love-hate relationship, a very difficult relationship with the word. If you saw my first video, I thank you for coming back. But we talked about the Millennium Falcon. I'm a Star Wars geek. And I will do my best to make sure that that it's not the topic of every single video. But since we're still talking about it, no, we talked about the Millennium Falcon and how nothing has to be perfect in order to fly. And with Star Wars and me talking about try, you're probably like me, you have Yoda's voice in your head going, do or do not, there is no try. Well, now, I really respect that quote, and because, in a sense, Master Yoda was right. If you really, truly want something, you got a passion for it, and you want to do it, he's right. You don't go at it half-hearted. Half-hearted doesn't really work. You have to make the commitment, and that's what matters. But here's the thing. Yoda was never a cowboy. You never saw Yoda back behind the chutes in the dirt watching a rider out there get flung off, hit the dirt, the wind knocked out of them, and every ounce of strength they have to get up and scurry away. That rider didn't do like Yoda said. They didn't make the ride. That's the do. But they had try. That's the kind of the try that makes you want to get up and do it again. Now, like I said, I had the love-hate relationship with the word try. I hate when people use try as an eject button, as a preloaded excuse to pull out when things start getting hard, and then go, well, I tried. You tried like you went into a restaurant and grabbed a menu and looked at it. Like you're trying out in a restaurant, looking at the menu, and you don't see anything you like, or you're uncomfortable in the situation and you get up and walk out. try. That's being a tourist. But I love the word try when it means something different. When it means you're holding on with everything you got and the rope is slipping between your fingers. And when you put out that extra effort, just a few seconds, knowing that whistle's coming, even though it feels like it's an eternity away. And quitting could be so much easier, but you don't. Now that's really a try. It's the kind of try that people actually notice. It's a try that your team sees and respects in you, even though you don't bring the buckle home. So, my question is, which one are you? Are you the tourist or are you the rider? Well, kind of tying in with my talk the other day about the Millennium Falcon, I mentioned that, your grit, your work ethic, your mental state, and everything is the engine that keeps you going, and that's what gets you off the ground, even though it's not perfect. But you got the engine with all that, but the try is the fuel that gets you going, that gets you where you want to go, to start flying. You could be the best at what you are, and you could have everything like perfect, like we talked about earlier. But if you don't have the try, you don't have the passion to get moving and get going, you're just sitting in the hangar with something pretty. It goes back to what I said, you got something perfect and you're too scared to put a scratch on it. You're too scared to get that first ding. Try is going out there knowing that stuff's going to happen and putting the effort in there. But this is where people mess it all up. They use try as the excuse instead of their fuel. That fuel to get your passion going. They say, I'll try. So they have in like a built-in apology. It's like an escape hatch. It's their exit strategy. The way out before they even walk in. When you're at a rodeo, you don't walk in and go, now if I'm going to try, I might make the ride. That thought process, you've already hit the ground. Real try doesn't have the word if attached to it. Real try is the refusal to give up. And when you're getting pulled away from your rope, it's like staying in the fight when your body's screaming, you got to let go. It's finishing the job when everybody else is already clocked out for the day. So stop using try as your safety net and start using it as your fuel for your passion. Now, in all actuality, the bull really doesn't give a care about what your intent is. The job site doesn't care if you've got that brand new shiny toolbox, and your deadline doesn't really care if you tried your best. They care about the commitment. You make the commitment to move on, to get in there. Now, in the trades, either the truck gets fixed or it doesn't. It gets fixed and makes the timeline, rolls out the door in just enough time, or it doesn't. You can't make it up, and you can't use I tried as an excuse. I tried doesn't keep a business going. In the arena, you make the 8 seconds or you don't. The bull really doesn't care if you've made a good effort. What matters is the people around you. They see the difference. They see that you're trying. They can tell if someone was just plain beat compared to someone who really quit. You've seen it. You've seen those people that gave everything they could and maybe they didn't win it. But then you can tell those ones that just turn around, quit, and walk away. When you got real try, the kind that keeps you reaching forward, going forward, and charging up on your rope, when you're halfway off, people really notice when you're working. Your crew notices, your team notices, the world notices. Nobody may say anything. You might be lucky if they do. But most people don't say anything, but they do. They see it, and they notice it. So, I'm going to kind of share a challenge with you for this weekend. Don't say you're going to try and chase your dream, and don't say you're going to try and learn a new skill, or don't say you're going to try to become a good leader. Show that you've got the try to survive the wreck. Put the fuel in your tank when the engine starts knocking, and fight to stay on when you feel like you're going to fall off and it's starting to get rough. Because the only kind of try that matters is the kind that doesn't have an exit. The kind of try that doesn't come with an apology kind of preloaded in there, like I said earlier. The kind that makes people say that person's got a lot of try, and mean it like it's truly meant to be a compliment. Fill your tank with try. Put that fuel towards your passion and your love. Find that bull that's your passion and your love. Get in there, climb in, nod and call the gate. And going back to my Yoda reference, maybe Yoda was, like I said, partially right. But maybe if Yoda had been a cowboy or a bull rider, maybe he should have said this instead. Do. When you can't do, just make damn sure you tried. Thank you. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll try it again. No, we will be back again next week. Thank you.